The late 1700s were a time of great upheaval in Europe, particularly in France. The French Revolution, which began in 1789, had plunged the nation into turmoil. The monarchy was overthrown, and a republic was established. The revolution's ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity resonated across Europe. France's revolutionary government, facing internal and external threats, formed a new army, the French Revolutionary Army. Across the English Channel, Great Britain watched the events in France with a mixture of apprehension and disdain. The British monarchy and aristocracy viewed the French Revolution with deep suspicion, fearing that revolutionary ideas could spread across the Channel. Britain's initial response was cautious, but the execution of Louis XVI and France's declaration of war against Great Britain in 1793 solidified British opposition. Britain joined the First Coalition, an alliance of European powers, seeking to contain the French Revolution and restore the French monarchy. In 1798, Napoleon Bonaparte, a rising star in the French military, proposed a bold and ambitious plan: an invasion of Egypt. Napoleon envisioned Egypt as a strategic stepping stone, a base from which France could threaten British interests in India. Napoleon's expeditionary force, consisting of over 30,000 soldiers, sailed from Toulon in May of 1798. They quickly captured Malta before landing in Egypt in July. A British fleet under the command of Rear-Admiral Sir Horatio Nelson was dispatched to the Mediterranean to hunt down and destroy the French fleet. The Battle of the Nile, also known as the Battle of Aboukir Bay, pitted two of the era's most skilled naval commanders against each other. Leading the British fleet was Rear-Admiral Sir Horatio Nelson, already renowned for his courage and tactical brilliance. Facing him was French Vice-Admiral François-Paul Brueys d'Aigalier, a capable and experienced commander in his own right. Brueys, confident in the strength of his position, had anchored his fleet in a strong defensive line in Aboukir Bay, near the mouth of the Nile River. However, Nelson had a daring and unorthodox plan to exploit a perceived weakness in the French line. On August 1st, 1798, Nelson's fleet arrived off Aboukir Bay. Nelson, observing that the French ships were anchored too far apart, saw an opportunity to exploit the gaps in their line. The British ships, sailing between the French ships and the shore, engaged the French from both sides, catching Brueys' fleet off guard. The battle raged throughout the night. British gunnery was accurate and devastating, and the French ships, caught in a deadly crossfire, fought back valiantly but were unable to withstand the ferocity of the British assault. By morning, the French fleet was shattered, with only 2 French ships of the line and 2 frigates escaping the carnage. The Battle of the Nile was a resounding victory for the British, a triumph of Nelson's tactical genius and the skill and courage of British sailors. The victory effectively stranded Napoleon's army in Egypt, cutting it off from reinforcements and supplies from France. The victory also solidified Nelson's reputation as a brilliant and audacious commander, a hero to the British people and a terror to their enemies. It reinvigorated British morale and demonstrated the Royal Navy's dominance at sea. Moreover, the victory had significant geopolitical implications, bolstering British influence in the Mediterranean and dealing a severe blow to French aspirations in the region. The Battle of the Nile had a profound impact on the course of the war and the lives of those involved. For Napoleon and his army in Egypt, the destruction of their fleet was a disaster. Stranded in Egypt, they faced the prospect of being cut off from France and vulnerable to British attack. The victory at the Nile helped to turn the tide of the war against France, paving the way for future British victories. It bolstered British morale and solidified the Royal Navy's dominance at sea. The Battle of the Nile was more than just a naval engagement. It was a turning point in the French Revolutionary Wars. Nelson's stunning victory dealt a significant blow to French ambitions in the Mediterranean and beyond. The victory also had a profound impact on the course of the war, shifting the balance of power in favor of Britain and its allies. The Battle of the Nile showcased the strategic importance of naval power in the age of sail. The battle also cemented Nelson's legacy as one of the greatest naval commanders in history, a legacy that continues to inspire awe and admiration to this day.